So you got me, Mancer. Good for you. How much blood did you spill along the way? You're nothing more than a lackey for abundance. At some point, we've all felt the way you do about abundance. But they just take and take until we're all used up. We are tired and want out. But they send you, another loyal dog, to drag us back. I fought my whole life for them. Today, for once, I'm gonna fight for myself.
All right then, let's do this.
Stop! Let me go. I am not your enemy. All I want is to live in peace. Please, I'm begging you.
Then it looks like your time here's up, Boris. Orders are orders. No deserters left alive.
That's fine. I'd rather die free than continue being a slave.
It's hard to do, but it's what the captain ordered. Yeah? Get rid of them?
Fuck the orders. I won't do it. These men were our brothers. We fought alongside them, and I won't forget that. They learned their lesson. Let them go. That's not war. It's just fucking murder. Killing our own, crushing their heads on our way up some goddamn corporate ladder. Fuck it, I'm out.
Soldier, get back here now!
You already back, Lieutenant Zachariah?
Captain, report?
Yes, Lieutenant.
Rest assured, potential scandal's been abolished. Everything's in order. We got there in time. All deserters were neutralized.
Congratulations, Lieutenant. Quick and clean. Job well done. And what was the fate of the sergeant in charge of the group?
Sergeant Boris? You'll be pleased to hear that he's been eliminated, as requested.
I'm glad to hear my expectations were met. As hard as it must have been to carry out those orders, it's never easy to take the life of one of your own, even if he was a coward and a traitor. You did well, saved us from scandal. My trust was well placed. Quartermaster has your pay. Go get it. It was well earned. You missing a soldier, Lieutenant? Before you can respond, the answer is yes. David Ward. You should probably find him before I do. Consider yourself a shepherd, Lieutenant. One of your flock's gone. Find him, and do it quick before it has to become official. Do I make myself clear?
Consider him already found, Captain.
Good. Moving on. We have new missions. Bit of a welcome change from the big chases. We've got state officials arriving in Ophir today, and an ASC warning that an influx of Aurora spies in the city are planning trouble. For security, the officials will be picked up in rovers outside the city and brought to the hangars, rather than coming through the station. We've got brigades tracking the spies, but you're gonna have to usher them through the slums and make sure they get to our quarters safely. No excuses. No failures. We clear? Questions, Lieutenant?
your command, Lieutenant.
David Ward hasn't reported in. Do you have any idea where I could find him?
Well, I don't know where, but I might know why. He was really close to that Boris guy who got himself killed. I think he fought with the guy on the front or something. Word was Boris even saved Ward's life at some point. I bet he just overreacted, Lieutenant. Can't hold it against him. It's hard to lose a friend, especially like that. I just figure he's probably...
I just want to find him, Jeff, before he gets labeled a deserter. Soldier,
Lieutenant?
I'm looking for Private David. Know you know him pretty well, and if I don't find him soon, he could be in a lot of trouble for deserting. You got any idea what's going on?
Lieutenant, I can't really...
Stop talking and listen. I'm not looking to get him in trouble, soldier. I'm looking to get him out of it.
Yes, sir. Well, Dave goes to the Curiosities a lot when he's on leave. Not exactly a getaway, but, you know, it does the job for him. Maybe he's there.
Thank you, soldier. I'll check it out.
I don't get it. I don't get how Dave could screw you over like this, Lieutenant. I mean, I know he's been feeling down with Boris' death and all, but the captain looked worried, and I'm betting this is all gonna come down on you.
David doesn't like us. Not that I blame him, considering all the shit I've asked him to do. But the other problem's that he doesn't even like himself. A soldier who doesn't care about himself's a problem.
Well, if we find him and bring him back, I'll help get his self-confidence back again. I promise.
Right now, I just want to find him. Deal with the rest later.
A little bird told me.
Hey there.
Hey, they're back. What can I do you for?
What do you know about the ASC?
Enough to pledge my heart and mind and soul to him right now, because I ain't got no idea that you ain't ASC yourself.
Don't worry, I'm not.
But my life's worth more than your words. Sorry, fella.
Been told there's some ASC agents that hang out in here.
What about it? Why not? Fine establishment like this? Quite frankly, I don't care who the hell you are, so long as you pay for the drinks and leave the place richer than you found it.
Lieutenant?
How happened to you, Dave? Captain's about to call you a deserter.
Fuck if I care, Lieutenant. Who the hell are you? Show up with your pretty title and execute Boris like a goddamn dog? You didn't know the guy. You didn't see him fight on the front line like I did. Guy had courage. Real courage. Cared about his fellow men. You? What are you to me? Even less than I am.
David, listen to me. I'm not defending what went down. ASC's been keeping an eye on everyone, especially the Army. If we left Boris alive, they'd have gotten their hands on him. And what they would have done, you know this, would have been far worse.
That true? Why the hell's the ASC interested in soldiers? Thought they just went after the rebels, another corporation. So what? You saying they would have tortured him?
To them, there's no difference between a deserter and a rebel, Dave. Especially in times of war. Might want to consider that yourself. Head back to the barracks.
Yeah. Alright. Sure. Thank you, Lieutenant. Never thought a guy like you would even take a moment's thought for a guy like me.
Officer, please help!
What's wrong?
My fiancé just disappeared. He's not like him. I know something's happened to him.
Talk to me.
Yeah, his name's Derek Labor. He's just a worker like me, but he's also this amazing fighter. He was trying to get us out of this life by winning in the arena. And he was. But then, you know, these people, bad people, became really interested in him, and after his last fight, a lot of serum flies around in fights like this. And he usually wins, which makes people lose serum, and then, I don't know. Please find him.
I'll see what I can do. Fortunately, this is beyond my skill level. Hey, I'm looking for a guy. Used to fight in the arena. Name's Derek Labor.
Derek Labor? Yeah, I know who that is. Heard rumors going around about it lately. Oh yeah. Yeah, I heard Derek got himself into some shit with some Vori. He decided he didn't want to lose fights they were fixing or something. Just what I heard, but if it's true, I doubt you're going to see him anymore. But you know, if you want to ask around, if it's about betting, talk to the bookie. He may know more. No one knows more about the fighters than he does.
Thanks. I'll do that.
Hey, new blood to the neighborhood. Name's Sam Rowe, bookmaker at the Curiosities, which means I not only take bets on the fights, but I set them up too. So, whatever your flavor, I'm your man. You a betting man or a fighting man? Care to dance?
More a fighter, I guess.
Yeah, you've seen the sort. We got two types of dance cards, see? On-demand fights for the beauty of the sport, and a tournament where the fighters instead gotta take on a number of challenges. You win them all, you take the title, and a reputation to not fuck with you.
Sure. Why the hell not? Could use a little exercise.
That's what I'm talking about! Follow me to the arena, fresh meat. They're gonna love you. Hello there. Ready for a fight? A challenge?
Good one, son.
That a boy! Damn impressive! Your reward for victory!
Good luck. And beware, friends. They get real nasty like in their inside. All
That a boy! Damn impressive! Your reward for victory!
Good luck. And watch out!
That a boy! Damn impressive! Your reward for victory!
Who or what do you fight in the challenges?
You can fight other guys, or there's some who come to only fight the creatures. Either way, the further you go, the stronger your adversary will be. Each subsequent challenge pushes the limits.
Tell me more about the challenges in different rounds.
Sure. Each round's got 3 challenges. This round remains on home turf, but the future rounds will find the local champs fighting those from other cities. You win the last round, you win it all. You're the champion of Mars.
I'm looking for a promising young arena fighter who recently disappeared. Name's Derek Labor.
Derek? Yeah, looked like Derek was having some trouble. Saw him behind the bar the other night with 2 guys carrying him. Said he was drunk and they were helping him, but they looked shady. Wasn't my place to butt in, though.
Of course not. I'll go check it out. Thanks. Those marks around his mouth aren't right. Muscles are completely contracted. Whatever happened to this boxer, he didn't die from his wounds. Poison, maybe. I'm no expert, but there's gotta be some way to figure out what killed him. Just grab a blood sample from his mouth. Maybe Scott can tell me more.
Lieutenant? Should we maybe get the civilians away from the plaza? It might be safer.
Good point. Yeah, let's ask him to move back.
My boy, I have a favor to ask you. I've lost something.
What'd you lose?
I mentioned one thing. Oh, I am sorry. In fact, it's about a friend. Charles? You remember Charles? No, you can't remember him. Silly me, you never met him. Anyway, Charles is a friend. A scientist co-worker. He was way more successful than I must say. So, he's a friend, and I lost him. It looks like he disappeared, and I am a bit worried. I know that he was doing some sensitive research. Important. Maybe he ran into problems because of that. Anyhow, it's hard to tell.
How do you want me to find him?
He has an assistant. Very nice. She used to make delicious pastries. Unless I'm mixing her up with someone else. Anyway, he had an assistant. I'm pretty sure of it.
I'll go find her. She must know what happened to him, and if she does, it'll turn out the professor is just at a conference somewhere.
Maybe. It's true I don't get invited to conferences as often as I used to. It's rather unfair. I used to love the cocktails they served.
Could you take a look at this blood? It's a boxer who got killed, and I need to know what happened to him.
You have suspicions as to how he died? You know, boxing is a violent sport. Maybe he took too many hits. I've already seen head traumas that were so violent that the brain looked like jelly. Or maybe... Oh, yes. You want an analysis. Maybe he'd been on drugs. Give it to me, I'll look at it. It'll take me a couple...
So...
This person... A boxer, you said. He was put in prison. No doubt about it. Nobody would use jellyfish venom to boost oneself. It's a very dangerous venom, you know, and very hard to extract. There was someone... let me think. Yes, that's it. A merchant who was selling items for hunters. Would you believe that that guy had learned how to extract venom from jellyfish? It was quite daring. Because they blow up, you see, so it's complicated.
Thanks a lot, Scott. I'm gonna go see that merchant.
Make the slightest move, you're a dead man. Come on, guys, let's go!
Hey there.
Officer, hello! What can I do for the fine officer today? Check out my merchandise. I have everything you'd ever need for hunting.
I hear you're the only merchant selling jellyfish venom.
You heard correct. Extracting the venom is a very delicate procedure. Would you
The poison was just used to kill a young man who was making a name for himself in the arena.
That's horrible. But I just sell it, which is perfectly legal. And though I assume it's usually being used for big game hunting, I have no way to know for sure what my customers are going to use it for.
You sold any recently to someone who didn't strike you as a hunter?
Keeping in mind that it still isn't against the law to sell the venom, there were some gentlemen. Looked more like Vori than hunters, but I mean, there's no way for me to... Who am I to judge, right? I've seen them in the neighborhood, and to prove I'm being honest, show me your map. Here it is, right here is where I last saw them. Please don't shut down my business.
I'm not shutting you down. Just stop selling this shit to folks who don't call themselves hunters. Clear? Word is, you're the guy who paid to kill Derek Labor. Guy who won his last fight in the arena a few days ago.
Fuck you! Who the hell you think you are coming in here like this, prick? How about we teach you a lesson in manners? How about that, boys? Stop, damn it, stop! We're the ones who shot Derek.
And who sent you to do it?
Shit, it was that fucking guard who watches over the fights. He wanted Derek gone. I don't know why, so don't ask. I just took what he paid, and I did what he asked, all right?
Yeah, all right. An honest killer. What'll they think of next? Later. Hey there, I'm looking for Charles Seeker. You know where I could find him?
And you are?
Zachariah Mancer. Professor and I have a mutual friend who's worried about him.
I know the feeling. Haven't seen him for days. I'm Veronica Seeker, the professor's assistant. I got a message informing me he had taken an impromptu vacation, but it's not like him. He didn't even like to sleep, said it just wasted time. Even more unlikely in the middle of the research he was doing.
Yeah, seems a bit off, doesn't it? Professor was supposed to start some research with a friend of mine as well. I'm sure he'd already started work on it before leaving. You know anything about it?
Of course. I was involved with the professor's research, though I shouldn't discuss it with anyone without his consent. But with that last name, Mancer, I suppose this Technomancy research is of particular interest to you. Otherwise, most people barely bat an eye towards the scientific aspects of Technomancer powers.
If you're concerned that the message wasn't really from the professor, did you report his disappearance?
To the authorities? Of course not. The authorities, Mr. Mancer, have far more pertinent issues than this, which I am sure will work itself out in time. Now, if you'll excuse me.
Trust me, I get why you're reluctant to talk. I do. Times like these don't exactly instill openness. But my friend's a very close friend of the professor, and neither of us are the betraying type, you know? To be honest, you look like you got some worries on your mind, too. I'll use a few more people to confide in.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I can tell you some things.
I'm afraid the professor's vocal railings against the ASC and their ceaseless power grabs might have finally come back to bite him. He would even preach to his colleagues and the listeners at conferences. I would give anything to be wrong, of course, but hope is oftentimes incongruous with the reality we must come to face.
That's one good-looking woman. Too bad she's only got eyes for a professor.
Poor girl seems so sad. Lieutenant, why are we investigating the professor's disappearance? The captain never discussed it. It's not our order.
I've been working on something that'll help us in the long run. Something really important. I don't know how it's connected to this, but it is. You're gonna have to trust me.
Oh, I get it. You just want to solve a case on your own. I got your back, Lieutenant.
Hi, Scott.
Hello, my boy. How are you? Nothing broken, I hope?
I'm sorry, Scott. You were right to worry about your friend. According to his assistant, it seems that he had problems. He was quite critical of the corporation, and you know how dangerous it's been lately.
How crazy he was. He should have just stuck to his research. How foolish to meddle with politics. He was a very good researcher, you know? He made real progress on the settlers' genetic origins. How sad. And that poor woman who must be worried, sick. Listen, I thought... Anyway, maybe you could...
What's going on?
I know that I'm asking a lot from you, but I was wondering if maybe... you could continue to investigate. You are someone important now. You know a lot of people. They can tell you if Veronica's suspicions are justified.
I can probably talk about it with my captain, or tap into some contacts in the know.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. I want to be sure, you see. I think that you need to recover his latest research. I strongly believe that, besides what he said, he found something dangerous. The ASC, they're thugs. We must not allow sensitive scientific research to fall into their hands. The risks are too high.
I'll see what I can do, but I doubt that Veronica will give me Charles's documents willingly. She's very protective of her boss's work. I have 2 witnesses telling me you're behind Derek Labor's death. Why'd you do it?
Shit. Why did I do it? You know how much that little bitch cost me in serum? Papa's little ass was supposed to go down in the last fight. But no, he decided he needed to follow the rules. Being a pathetic laborer who started winning fights swelled his head. A little arrogance goes a long way in the arena. You get hurt outside of it, though, he was supposed to lose. He didn't. That hurt me really bad. So, I made an example of him to other fighters who think they can think for themselves, too.
You're under arrest for the murder of Derek Labor.
Yeah, sure. You and what army officer? Get out of here.
Miss, I don't... There's no easy way to say this, but I found your fiancé's body. The Vori killed him over some rigged bets.
No. No! No! Derek!
I arrested the man responsible. He's in jail now. And that doesn't bring Derek back, but at least the guy who did it will pay.
Thank you, officer. Thank you.
Look what the cat dragged in. The prodigal son. A diamond in the rough, risen from poor street trash to the godlike ranks of Technomancer. Now tell me, why am I so lucky to be in your presence?
Word is the slums have formed pockets of regime opposition, and you might know where they can be found.
People who oppose the regime? I am shocked. Shocked and appalled, and certain of nothing.
Then don't be a snitch. Just stand back and watch as their bombs go off and your precious streets are overrun with guards. I'm sure you're smart enough to know that that can't be good for business, though.
You're one smooth talker, Rogue. Clearly smarter than you look. Find the bar, the curiosities, and you'll find what you're looking for. The garden where the seeds of anarchy are sown. Or so I hear.
Thank you. I'll go check it out right away.
As would I. Just find them before they blow the city sky high, will you? Mr. Mancer, the sight of your face has started to give me agita. To what do I owe the displeasure this time?
Professor Charles Seeker. I'm looking for what happened to him. What can you tell me?
The dangers of having a mind, of using it, and especially of speaking it, I'm afraid. His research and political opinions push the line, and patience of some. Funny how smart and wise don't always go hand in hand. That said, word is he boarded a train. Not so much a pleasure trip. More like a forced hiatus given the military escort and the colonel's re-education camp he was bound for. No matter the power of the mind, the power of a gun always seems to gain the upper hand in the end, don't you think?
I gotta go.
Then go.
Fortunately, this is beyond my skill level.
You ain't wanted here, pal. Piss off!